Alright, this is some gameplay of Diablo 4 of Dungeons. Some people say when you beat the game not to play the dungeons, but check this out. I got all this from doing dungeons. Legendary gear. Just from beating the dungeons. And this is still the first chapter, Act 1. So playing dungeons will help introduce you to the Diablo floor, get used to mechanics, and before you decide to play on hardcore or torment type difficulties. This gets you used to the game playing these dungeons. If you're on a PS4, you press your touchpad, which brings up the map. Use your right analog stick. Press up or down to zoom in and out. So I press down to zoom out like this, and up on the D-pad. I mean, not the D-pad, but the right analog stick to zoom in. These little shrines or gates, these are the dungeons. As you see on the screen, it says dungeon level 20. As you level up, the game difficulty will increase, which will help you level up faster. Well, not faster, but help you level up easier or more quickly because the game is lowering up with you. And you normally would want to play these dungeons at the end of the game, but if you want to get smooth sailing through the story mode or in hard mode, then it's best to play these dungeons now. They say that the seasonal content will reset your character by, what that means is that for each season, if you create a new character, you will start at 1, but you have to beat the campaign first. That's why it's good to do the campaign now. And then if you want to do seasonal, you don't have to. You can still enjoy the game with your current character. Once each season ends, that data and everything you collected, if you choose to play those seasons, will be transferred. You should be able to transfer that to your original character that when you first started the game. You can play the game however you want. You could challenge yourself anytime you want. So, but I do recommend just trying to get through the story mode, but exploring is good too. You can still get good stuff as you explore, so you're not really missing out on anything really. So you press square, you see that red line, you just follow that red line and it'll take you to the dungeon. It's a pin. If you have like a mission, you will see it will say track. So if you have like a sub quest, the main storyline or sub quest that you accepted, you will hit track, and then you will see that it pops up on your map. But you have to track it and pin it. So you have to do both if you don't want to get lost. So sometimes the citizens will open a gate to a dungeon. So like here, I had a quest where a citizen of the town had opened a gate to a dungeon. But right now, I have to get these dungeons here completed. If you see a blue circle, that's basically saying just explore that area to see if there's a mission you could do. If there might be a citizen, or there might be a treasure chest, there might be some items to collect, but you just look around. If there's nothing, then you proceed on with the story. As you see, you can also track it and pin it. Those little blue circles. Now, these yellow icons are telling you those are places you eventually want to start heading towards to get more objectives unlocked, more quests unlocked, and proceed with the quest or storyline. These strongholds are basically like missions to challenge yourself. You have to progress through story mode to get your horse, and you have to ride your horse all the way to these places. So let's get started and go to this dungeon. So I have to walk all the way to this dungeon. Depending on when you go to town and you see that little lag, that's people joining in and out. If you're on the next gen console, you might not experience that lag, or PC, or have a pro console, you might not experience that. Players coming in and out of town. Also, the players are not just in town. There are players across the whole entire map of the game. Sometimes a player may be near you, see you in trouble, it may come and help you out or help you complete that mission. You will see like a white icon that look like a D-pad. You press up and you could join that player or ask that player to invite that player to your party, and then y'all can go exploring together. Let's see. On the bottom left hand corner of the screen, you see there's six different abilities you can pick from. When you're in trouble, you might have to press the start button and mix and match your abilities. So press the option or start button like on the PS4 controller. Press R1 to abilities and press square to reset all the abilities. If you see you have some open slots left, press your right analog stick and then you can fill in the empty spots of your ability list. You just press X to select it. As you see, it says assign skill. Let's see. So if you're ever having trouble, just reset all your ability points. It may cost some money to do so. As you see here, it says it costs $900 to reset all my ability points. The refund is 20 ability points that I have. If I reset it, and just keep mixing and matching until you get through the dungeon, or farm a easier dungeon to get through the mission. If you still can't do that, then just do some quests or walk around the map a little bit, fight random monsters around the map until you get better loot. When you see a yellow icon on the map, that's a special objective.
I do not have enough space.
And it gives you legendary loot. On the bottom left hand corner, the L1 button is your potion.
I do not have enough space.
When you see a quest like this, you want to shoot the summoners and try to destroy them now. So I'm trying to If you can destroy the mound, you get to fight a mini boss. You want to try to open the chest as soon as you get the chance to do so. The chest will disappear. On the bottom left, you see a little green valve. That's your magic. How much you can use of certain abilities that you use. And like I said, exploring the game is good to do because since the game level up with you, you get to experience the difficulty as you progress through the mission. See, I'm still on the first act, and I've spent about 10 hours doing as many dungeons that I can possibly beat at my current level. So, and I'm still making progress. You will see a difficulty spike if you do that. If you do nothing but dungeons. No. So, but at the same time as the difficulty spike, you're getting stronger too. So it's like a win-win. You get something to challenge yourself with, and get good loot. So you're not missing out.
I'm not ready yet.
Circle button is the dodge. Your gear will determine how much you can dodge. You see that person that just walked past me? That's a random online player that's playing the game.
I'm not ready yet.
Normally you would want to try to skip the enemies, but at the same time you don't want to skip the enemies because fighting the enemies help level you up. Also, sometimes the enemies might call other enemies and you can get ambushed and surrounded and die. And lose. So you do want to shoot the objects because sometimes they have money for you. Those blue exclamation marks are quests.
An axe. Specifically the axe of the woodsman. A man who stalked and butchered travelers in this area. Rumor has it, the woodsman disappeared recently and left his weapon behind. The priest who hired me didn't offer much more to go on. At this rate, I'll freeze before I find the damn thing. If you help me find the axe, I'll cut you in on the pay. Check the
and you can skip the story.
Does. He's a priest of sorts, but what he wants with it, I don't know. I've done work for him in the past. Always odd items or...
If you see this text still white, you want to hit the X button until it's grayed out, and then you can keep moving forward. Like I said, all those stutters in the game are people joining in and out of the game session. You talk to a blacksmith to repair your broken items. If your items are broken, it will weaken your character because your gear will do less damage, and you will take more hits from the enemy if your gear is broken, like chest is broken, things like that. It's a small town. Blacksmith. Tyrant.
Not while I'm in town.
More injured each day.
If you see a heart on your map, that will heal your potions. The game like ambushing you a lot, so you'll be ambushed almost every few minutes. Yep. If you think you can't get through it, you just run away. Let's see here. Check someone out real quick. You see these shrines? These shrines give you like buffs to help you get through certain parts of the mission. Sometimes there's very strong buffs. As you see, this buff, I don't take any damage.
I must wait a moment.
Another good thing about doing the dungeons is that it helps collect materials. So as you progress through the story or in-game content, you will already have the materials to sort through to make improve your gear. You gotta do these dungeons now. If you don't do these dungeons now, it's just gonna be a real challenge to do these dungeons. Now, I am also playing on hard mode because I want to do hardcore in the torment mode difficulties. So, I'm gonna be doing the hard missions for a while. So this is a dungeon. Sometimes the dungeons could be an hour long, 2 hours long, 30 minutes long. It depends on your build, or if you want to explore the dungeon. It is good to look around. The reason why it's good to look around these dungeons is because you might find some hidden loot. The longer the dungeon, the better chance you might have of getting some good loot that you might be wanting or looking for. So the dungeon might be an hour or 2 hours long, or 30-minute long, or let's go by how long the dungeon is. The dungeon might have many different floors. Yeah, let's don't go by how long it is. Go by how many floors. The more floors the dungeon have, the more experience points you get, and the chance of fighting a boss that will give you good loot at the end of the dungeon. That's why it's worth it being in the dungeon. Nope. So every character you pick have their own strengths and weaknesses, but that's all you have to deal with. Your gear is going to determine how strong your character be, not just your character ability. It's the loot that you find that determines what your character can and can't do. If you see a book on the ground, you want to pick that book up.
And from my mouth crawled hatred. The weak made strong. Tears of blood rained on the desert jewel. Hell was torn asunder. A spear of light piercing hatred's heart. A wise man with 7 arms. Fog of lies. Plagues of every name. I saw a child give birth to a mother. As hatred's sun set, and that of terror and destruction dawned.
We see a skull, that's a boss. Sometimes the boss would drop a key to continue through the dungeon. Defeating the boss is the only way to continue through the dungeon, to fight more bosses. The more bosses you fight, the more legendaries loot you can possibly get. So you want to look everywhere. So you see I have this shrine. Now I want to fight the boss because I have this invulnerability stat on. you see that gate key, that means I could proceed to the next part of the dungeon. You gotta make sure you pick those keys up if you want to keep going through the dungeon. Keep going through the dungeon helps you get the complete it and get the yellow legendary. Will help you progress towards getting your legendary loot at the end of the dungeon. So let's see, gotta keep going. If you see something that might be able to be destroyed, destroy it. Like I said, it helps give you gold, and sometimes it might be gear. Alright, so that's the gate key. So I need to go back the other way. Yeah, it's a lot of walking, but so if you just play Diabolo as a normal dungeon, then it's not too bad. Just you exploring many different dungeons. Goal is to try to get the best loot that you can find for your character in the game.
Separated. My friends were cut down. I won't last on my own.
You see, when I talk to that person that started up the mission,
I'm not ready yet.
and you see, so talking to if you see a person laying on the ground, talk to them, like get something good. As you see, I got a legendary from that. If you have multiple red potions on the ground, use up your potion and pick it up. something lay on the ground, they disappear. After a while that it's on the ground. So yes, is it? So this dungeon looking like it might take an hour. It's gonna go on to 30 minutes from now, but like I said, it's worth doing. And the game is not repetitive. Yes, you have these abilities, but you use the abilities in different combat situations. Now, when you see me checking my gear, I'm just checking to see if it's full or not, to be able to drop it. So when you're in a dungeon, just drop the less value armor. I recommend going to the town and selling it after you did everything you wanted to do for the day. In a way, the more you surround it, the better, because the more experience points you get. Now, lastly, there's one thing you have to do as the difficulty increase. You got to level up your potions to be more potent. They heal more health. If you don't do that, you can lose on higher difficulties. There's a more chance of being defeated on higher difficulties. If you don't go to town to the potion merchant and upgrade your potion. As you see, I'm up to be defeated right now, but because I had upgraded my potions, I did not lose that battle. There is some gear that can recover your health or recover your mana, so that's it. You make the build how you want. If you want to challenge yourself, things like that. And you see how challenging level 20 is. Now just imagine playing this on hardcore. It'd be even harder. Imagine playing on Torment. It'd be even harder. Just to show you how big the dungeon is. That's what it looks like. Alright, it's about time to start dropping some items. As you see, that's a gatekeeper, and he's pretty tough. Oh my god. I'm dead. So if you ever see a gatekeeper, you might have to run away. But if you can beat that gatekeeper, you have a good chance of getting good rewards for it. So, oh man, that gatekeeper was tough. Yep, you gotta drop these items to make sure you have enough space to get more loot. Also, you want to try to keep the legendaries where you could look at them later on. You press the compare button to compare your armor. Sort it out. And then, so I have to maybe fight that boss again. I mean, the gatekeeper. Or you could say warden. The warden kind of beat me up a little bit. As you saw, though, was an additional demonstration of what those trying small buffs, even though it lasts only a few seconds, how much powered up you be. Sometimes you could take those power up and fight the boss with those power ups. So let's see. Keep going. And this is the boss. The boss may look like it's not challenging. Why did they do that again? Let's see. I need to go to the next dungeon.